At the Preparedness Experience conference this year, we did a class on advanced hemorrhage control. And in that class, we talked about cat tourniquet usage, we talked about chest seals, pressure dressings, and wound packing like we're going to talk about in this video here. Now, the process of wound packing is fairly simple, but it's really a, hands-on, get your hands dirty type situation. Before we even begin the process of packing the wound, though, we need to apply the tourniquet. And even before applying the tourniquet, you need to put direct pressure on that wound to kind of control the bleeding as much as possible. Now, you could use just your hand to put that direct pressure on there, but in order to have both hands free, if it's possible, they taught in the class to use your knee to put pressure on that as you apply that tourniquet. And as they taught in the class, the saying high or die, meaning put that tourniquet up as high as possible on that limb, just in case there's an injury that you don't see or something else that may spring a leak. After you put the tourniquet on, then you can start the process of actually packing that wound. In the trauma kits, they had the compressed gauze. And what you do basically is you just take the compressed gauze, which I believe is about 4 yards, and start stuffing it in there. And what you want to do before you start stuffing the gauze in there is try to find out where the leak is coming from. This is easier said than done sometimes, but if you can, that's where you want to start packing that wound. And what you do is you use one finger to apply that pressure in there as you're using the other hand to kind of keep packing that wound. You'll see in this video, there's always one finger in that wound kind of putting pressure down on that wound. Now, this is just compressed gauze. There's also the quick clot or the Celox with those hemostatic agents that'll help that clotting process along. But once you start packing the wound and you get everything packed really tight, then you just apply pressure at the end. And this is where you would put on the pressure dressing, which we'll do in another video. Now, with this bottle they were using, he was squeezing it pretty tight. So you can see as you're packing this stuff in there that you'll be able to get, it depends on the wound, how much packing material and all that you need. But you'll be able to get that bleeding to stop. Gunshot wound or a laceration, a smaller laceration, something like that. The larger wounds may be a little more difficult and may require a whole lot more gauze and those hemostatic agents like the quick clot and the Celox. But that's it. It's a pretty simple process, packing a wound, but it does require, getting your hands in there and getting dirty and something that may make some people a little queasy. But like I said, this is a life-saving type technique in a situation nowadays, not necessarily an SHTF event. This could be something that actually saves somebody's life in, waiting for those first responders to get there. In an SHTF situation, same type of deal. It could be something that buys you time until you can get that person to somebody that can give them further care. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure and subscribe below, and we will talk to everyone later.